You're welcome to teach mathematics. You're welcome to the live section of Teach Mathematics. Today, it's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to be talking about angles, parallels, and transversals. I'm sure you are excited about this. This is something you all have been waiting for. So I want to say a very big thank you to all those who have subscribed to my channel. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly click on the subscribe button, like, and share so that we reach out to other people too. So I'm going to be interacting with everyone. So please leave your comments in the comment section, like this video, and share this live session with friends, families. We're going to be starting with this problem. And I want you to take your pen, take your notes, so you can, put down some things. Our focus in this is to remind you of your corresponding angles, your alternate angles, interior angles, vertically opposite angles, sum of angles in a triangle, as well as base angles of isosceles triangle. So these are the main targets. All right, in the diagram, PR is parallel to VS and QU equals to QT. Angle UQT is 70 degrees. Find angle PQU. So the first thing to do every time you want to solve a problem is to identify the problem. So we're looking for angle PQU, and that's this this angle here. This angle, that's what we're looking for. So let's call that angle A, for instance. Let's call this 8 degrees. So if that is 8 degrees, and then from the question, we've been told that this line is equal to this line. That means triangle QUT is an isosceles triangle, where these angles here will form or will serve as the base angles of the isosceles triangle. The base angles of isosceles triangles are equal, so take note of that. All right, so let's get back to what we have. This line and this line, they're parallel to each other. So this is going to serve as a transversal. That means I would say that this angle here and this angle A, they are related. They are alternate angles. Usually you have your alternate angles in alternate direction, in different directions within the parallel lines. So I would say that angle Q U UT is equals to 8 degrees. That's 8 degrees. This is also 8 degrees because they are alternate angles. Alternate angles. They are alternate angles. So now that we have these to be alternate angles, A is angle QUT is equals to A, and that's alternate angles. I remember I stated earlier that this angle here, they are equal to each other, base angles of isosceles triangle. That means if I can find this angle here, it is the same as this angle here. Remember I said they are alternate. So now how do we find this angle here? Let's focus on the triangle now. Look at the triangle. This is 70 degrees. We have said that this angle and this angle, they are equal to each other. So if I call this B, I will say that A equals to B. And the reason will be base angles of isosceles triangle. So when you add up all of this together, sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So I have 70 plus A plus B equals to 180 degrees. And the reason is sum of angles in a triangle. So I'm just going to add up this. Whatever I find B, I will write A. So 70 plus A is equals to 180 degrees. And so this will give me A plus A is 2A equals to 180 minus 70. And 2A is equals to 110. And I will say that A is equals to 110 divided by 2. And 110 divided by 2 will give me 55 degrees. So A equals to 55 degrees. Remember, that's the same as angle PQU. I hope you understood that. Please let me know in the comments section if you have questions. If you have questions, leave your questions in the comment sections. All right. So you can always go back to this and watch again. The live session will still remain on my channel. You can watch again and then you write down for your own use. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. You still have the recording, everything is on my channel, so you can always go back there and watch. So let's have this question. Are you ready? Okay. In the diagram, PQ is parallel to RT, angle QR is parallel to SU, and angle PQR equals to 48 degrees. Angle RTS is X. Find the value of X. How do we find the value of X? All right, so to find the value of X, we need to pay attention to the diagram closely. You need to pay attention closely to the diagram. I'm sure you're getting ready for this question. Okay, so let's solve this now. We have two pairs of parallel lines, like two different pairs of parallel lines. We've been told that this line is parallel to this line. You can see that one arrow. When you see arrows like this on a line, essentially it means the lines are parallel to each other. The lines are parallel to each other. So we have these two lines to be parallel to each other. Also, you have these two, you can see these two arrows here. It means they are parallel to each other. So we're going to take this one after the other, one after the other. So the first thing I can see here is, look at this straight line. Look at this straight line. The lines are parallel. So this angle here and this angle here, they are related. They are alternate angles. So if I call this A, I say A equals to 48 degrees. Alternate angles. Alternate angles. Alternate angles. Okay. Now, pay attention to this other parallel line we have here. Look at this parallel line and look at this parallel line. This angle A and angle X, they are interior opposite angles. And interior opposite angles sum up to 180 degrees. The interior opposite angles, they sum up to 180 degrees. So that means A, angle A, which is 48. Let's just write 48 plus X is equals to 180 degrees. And the reason is interior opposite angles. So X will be equals to 180 minus 45, 48. 180 minus 48 And that gives us 132 degrees. So this is the value of x here, 132 degrees. So let me know your comments. Let me know your question in the comment section. Let me know if you have questions. Please, if you're just joining this live session, kindly follow, subscribe, and share. Share this live session with other people. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next question shortly. Okay. We're moving on to the next section shortly. Okay. So I'm just I hope we've all written this. Okay, you can always come back here, watch the video. The live section will still be there. So just watch the video and then you learn from there. All right. So let's move on to the next question. To the next question. To the next question. All right, we're here. I hope you're taking notes, you're taking jottings. Okay. So the next question is here, it's on the board. In the diagram, angle PQT equals to 200 degrees. Angle TQR is 32 degrees. And angle QRS is equals to X. Find the value of X. Now you need to take note of something, that there are several approaches to solving problems like this. There is no one particular way to solve problems like this. You just need to know what you're doing, pay attention to what you want to do, and then you get it done. So let's find the value of X. To find the value of X, look at what you have been given. Look at what you have been given. We can see that this line is parallel to this line. This arrow means they're parallel to each other. And parallel lines are continuous lines. That means you can extend them further. So that it makes some sense, and then you can easily walk around them. So I'm suggesting, what if we extend this line, we extend this line here so that it looks like this. I've just extended the parallel line. And remember, because I've extended it, I formed a triangle here, a small triangle. So let's think. Now, this is all we're looking for. The value of X starts from here and it ends here. So don't get that twisted. That's what we're looking for. Now, I could see I talked about alternate angles in this live session, that this angle and this angle, they are alternate to each other, right? You can see that they are alternate to each other. Okay. Let me also remind you about angles on a straight line. All of these form angles on a straight line, and angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. Did you get that? Let me know if you got that. All right, so that's 180 degrees, angles on a straight line. So now to find the value of X, all I need to do is to say 180 degrees plus this angle here, plus this angle. Let me just change the color, plus this blue angle, and that's angle X. So how do I get that blue angle? All right, so if I call this A and I call this B, A is alternate to B. So when I find B, I have found A. They are alternate angles. So how do I find B? So pay attention to the angles we have formed here all of this like this, the angles form at a point, round the point. So this is the point Q. When you have angles formed around the point, 360 around the point, then the sum of that angle there will be equal to 360 degrees. 360 degrees. So don't forget that the sum of angles that is formed round about a point, 360 round about a point, is equals to 360 degrees. So if you add up this, 200 plus B plus 32 is equals to 360 degrees. That's equals to 360 degrees. The reason is angles at a point. Angles at a point. Angles at the point. So what then is the value of B? So we say B is equals to 360 minus 200 minus 32. So B will be equals to 360 minus 200 minus 32. And that's 120, 128 degrees. 128 degrees. Okay. But that angle looks more like an acute angle. But 128 degrees is, that's an obtuse angle. So something may be wrong somewhere with the diagram. I'm suspecting that something may be wrong somewhere with the diagram, but nevertheless, let's just go on with what we are thinking. Let's go on with what we are thinking. Because 120 degrees should be more than this. Look at angle B. B is more like an acute angle. But what we are getting here says 120, which is an obtuse angle. Let me know if there's an error anywhere. Okay. So B is 128 degrees. Remember what I said earlier, that angle X start from this point and ends here. I've already told you that this is angle on a straight line, which is 180 degrees. I've also said that B is equals to A. B is equals to A. And the reason is alternate angles. Alternate angles. Now that I found the value of B as 128, I can say that A is also equals to 128. And so, oh, I don't remember to take out this. So A is also equals to 128. A equals to 128. And then that angle X, X will be 180. Remember I told you that's angles on a straight line plus A, 128. So X is 180 plus 128, which will give us 308, 308 degrees. And that's angle A. I mean, X. I hope this is helpful. Please leave your comments when you watch this. Leave your comments. The live session will always be there. If you're just joining this live session, kindly click on the subscribe button, share and like. Okay. So that's it. That's it. We're going to the next question shortly. We're going to the next question shortly. All right. So let's go on to the next question. So the next question, which will be the fourth one. So I need some space. So let's take all of this out. Let's take all this out. So this is the time for you to write the next question down. Just hold on a bit so I can clear some space. All right, so we're back here. This is the next question. We want to find angle XRY. Angle XRY. So you need to first of all identify that angle XRY. Angle XRY. Have you seen angle XRY? Have you seen angle XRY? Okay, so let's solve this. Angle XRY. That's this angle here. XRY. So that's what we're asked to find. So call this A. So I'm using letters to represent the angles so that it's gonna be easy for me to describe. It's easy for us to describe. So how do we find angle XRY? Now pay attention to what we have here. We've been told that this line XR, see this parallel line, see this parallel line. These lines are parallel to each other. So if I extend this further, you will notice that this angle here and this angle here, they are equal. Okay, maybe you did not see that. Now look at it here. This angle and this angle, they are equal to each other. So if I call this B, I would say that B equals to 50 degrees. Y alternate angles. All this is becoming simple to you. Alternate angles. Alternate angles. Okay. Another thing I want you to see, let's take out the distractions. Another thing I want you to see is, okay, I've told you that B is 50 degrees. So how then do we find this A? Now look at this now. Line XYP. Look at this angle formed here. Look at this blue angle formed here. And look at this 97. You realize that these two angles are adjacent angles on a straight line and they add up to 180 degrees. Okay. So you remember what to do? Sum of angles on a straight line. So if I call this C, I will say that C will be equals to 180 minus 97 angles on a straight line. 180 minus 97, that's the straight angles. There's another way we could solve it. We could use exterior angle of a triangle. I just need to say 97 is equals to B plus A. That's even faster. That's faster. But let me just find C for those who want to do sum of angles in a triangle. So 180 minus 97 will give you 83. 83. Now we found C as 83. So that means you can say B, which is 50, plus 83 plus A equals to 180 degrees, sum of angles in a triangle. Or a faster one, which is the exterior angle of a triangle 79 will be equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles 50 plus A. I've also talked about this in my previous videos. So check the videos. Exterior angle of a triangle. Now, this is an exterior angle 97. It's an exterior angle to triangle XYR. XYR. So the interior opposite angle is B and A. So I have here the 97 minus 50 equals to A, and A is 47 degrees. A is 47 degrees. Let me know if you have question. If you're just joining this, please click on the subscribe button, like, share, Click on the subscribe button, like and share, leave your comments. Like and share, leave your comments. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if there's a particular question that you want me to solve along with you. Okay. All right, so let's go on to the next question. This live session is going to end in the next 5 minutes. So I have like one question to take, one or two within the next 5 minutes. Are you ready for this? All right, so let's see, what question would that be? What question would that be? All right, let's look at this. So I want to take out this so that I have enough space. You can always get back to the live session. Okay. So look at this. In the figure, that's in the diagram that we have, ABC is a right angled. ABC is a right angled. Find the value of EBD. Correct to one decimal place. ABC is a right angled. ABC. So something is missing. It's supposed to have B here. All right, so that makes so much sense. ABC is a right angle. That means this entire angle here sum up to 90 degrees if we had them up. So find angle EBD. This is EBD. EBD. That's this angle here. EBD. What's the value? EBD is equals to 5x minus 2. We need to get the value of x so that we have the correct value for angle EBD. So for us to find EBD, we need to go find x. That's the first thing to do. Now, to find x, we have been told that all that we have here is 90 degrees. So we just need to sum up 3x plus 5 minus 2 plus 2x minus 2 equals to 90. Okay, so let me write that here so that this looks more presentable. I just want to write that again. 3x plus 5x minus 2 plus 2x minus 2 equals to 90. So 3x plus 5x, these are like terms, plus 2x, 10x equals to 90. Minus 2 minus 2, that's minus 4. When you take it to the right-hand side, it becomes plus 4. So 10x is equals to 94. Now the value of x, what is the value of x? So now x is equals to 94 over 10, and that's 9.4. 9.4, that's the value of x. X is 9.4. Remember, the main question is find angle EBD. So to find angle EBD right now, to find angle EBD, you need to come back here and substitute the value of x. So we say therefore angle EBD, which is equals to what's that again? 5x minus 2. 5x minus 2 is equals to 5 times 9.4 minus 2. And when we multiply this, 5 times 9.4 is 47 minus 2. So 47 minus 2 would give us 45 degrees. And that's the angle of EBD. So we're going to stop here for now. I'm continuing the live session next week, next Sunday. If you have found your way into this live session and you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel, share, like, leave your comment. Let me know how this was helpful for you. I'm going to see you next Sunday at this time. Bye for now.